What's your take on his political access and influence here in America right now?
Well, Elon, his private sector work, has been very innovative, really fantastic. A lot of private sector people, when they get into government, they don't take the time necessarily to see what the good work is or why it's structured the way it is. So I'm a little worried, particularly with this USAID stuff. My foundation partners with USAID on nutrition and getting vaccines out. And, there's incredible people. They're not actually worms that work there. So, hopefully we'll get some of that work back in shape. In fact, if we don't, you could have literally millions of deaths. So, with aid, people think, wow, how much do we give to these countries? As you said, it's less than 1%. People think it's 5% and it should be 2%, but it's actually under 1%.
Wow. And still say.
Obviously, that makes sense. It is completely ridiculous that Bill Gates is getting money from USAID. And that's why he's completely opposing USAID shutdown and Elon Musk. And let's watch more of his views on Elon Musk and how insane they are.
To you, what is the importance of USAID and the U.S. giving aid to people in need around the world?
Well, USAID plays a super important role in dispensing our aid budget, which is less than 1% of the government budget. Usually it's pretty obscure. So maybe this is a chance to talk about, okay, is some of that work we'd like to change? But overall, it's work that saves millions of lives and, helps strengthen relationships for the United States.
If it's just moved into the State Department, does that matter?
No, the exact organization can change. It was kept separate, so the idea of helping the poorest, you'd have a real priority for that in mind. And I'm not against some degree of tuning, but having all those people not come into work and characterizing the whole thing in a negative way, I'm a little disappointed in that.
Let me ask you about.
Obviously, USAID has to be shut down. It has been a criminal organization, wasting and fraudulent organization, wasting tons of money over the years, and the American taxpayers' money should be better spent elsewhere, in my opinion. That's what I think.
Well, will you call Elon Musk, because as the head of DOGE or whatever that agency is, he's made moves, as you know, to shut down USAID. He says, quote, with the blessing of President Trump. And on his platform X, he called the government agency evil and a viper's nest of radical left Marxists who hate America, adding that it was time for it to die. We got so many questions, Bill, for you on Threads, my followers. And do you think that Elon Musk, or for that matter, Donald Trump, after you all had that 3-hour dinner and talked about the important work that organizations like this do you think anybody's going to listen?
I'm very hopeful that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who was in Africa and saw this great work, and President Trump will work to preserve the bulk of what's there. Whether that named agency stays in place, whether every program does, but an abrupt ending of that work would really put to the test, is it in the value of Americans to take 0.5% of the budget and keep tens of millions of Africans alive? Or have we sort of overnight decided that 0.5% shouldn't be spent that way? And it is a political question. I have a clear point of view. I know great people in that agency.
And it's not just Africa, by the way. It's all over the world.
It is. It's mostly the benefits of that work of USAID broadly are global. The HIV work, because of the nature of the epidemic, is about 80% in Africa. And the things USAID funds, I fund with billions of dollars. And I'm very careful to make sure that money is well spent.
Yeah, but the problem is that we have many problems in America already, and they need solving, and they are very urgent problems. So there's no way we can spend money abroad in Africa on other poorest country when we have so many problems at home. He's actually taking away from his own personal time to do the best he can for the American people and for the country. I think that's very good of him.
The Silicon Valley was meant to be a cradle of innovation, but it's starting to resemble a gladiatorial arena where billionaires clash and collaboration takes a backseat. The latest in the ring are Elon Musk and Bill Gates. They did not always see eye to eye, but this time their rivalry is out in the open. In a recent interview, Bill Gates slammed Elon Musk. What for? For embracing far-right politicians abroad.
It's really insane that he can destabilize the political situations in countries. I think in the US, foreigners aren't allowed to give money. Other countries maybe should adopt safeguards to make sure super-rich foreigners aren't distorting their elections.
So clearly, Bill Gates is not holding back, and he does have a point. Musk is interfering in elections across the world, from Germany to the United Kingdom, backing far-right parties and calling for a change in government. According to Bill Gates, that is overreach.
It's difficult to understand why someone who has a car factory in both China and in Germany, whose rocket business is ultra-dependent on relationships with sovereign nations, and who is busy cutting $2 trillion in U.S. government expenses and running 5 companies, is obsessing about this grooming story in the UK.
Elon Musk is a businessman first, and he has businesses everywhere, so he wants to have a say in political landscape everywhere as well, and I don't think that's a problem for anybody to state their opinion on social media about what they think is right in any country all over the world.
And what is Musk's response? Well, last we checked, he hadn't stirred up a tweet storm. Maybe he's asleep, or perhaps he's actually working. But if his record is anything to go by, Musk will not let this criticism slide. Just this month, he accused Bill Gates of meddling in European politics. And back in 2022, Musk said that Gates was shorting Tesla. When you short a stock, you basically borrow shares from a broker and then sell them in the hope that the stock price will fall. So shorting is essentially betting against a stock. Now, Musk said that Gates was shorting Tesla. It sparked an avalanche of tweets. Safe to say the two do not get along. And let's not pretend that these feuds do not serve a purpose. Gates is trying to play the benevolent dad of tech, shaking his head at Musk's antics. Meanwhile, Elon Musk doubles down on his bad boy genius persona. It plays well with their fan bases, and it's great for their businesses. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't love a bit of drama? And the billionaires definitely thrive on it. Just last week, Musk was taking pot shots at OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. It started as a casual comment and spiraled into a full-blown social media showdown. Altman tried to extend the olive branch. Musk rebuffed him. Before that, in 2023, it was Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg, and this wasn't just a battle of tweets or posts. This time, it was about the real punch. Zuckerberg proposed a cage fight. Musk agreed. 2 adult men, billionaires to boot, fighting it out. The world couldn't wait for this edition of the Fight Club, but it never took place. For all their saber-rattling, they never got around to throwing punches. And you may know this. The first rule of Fight Club is that you don't talk about it. But not in this billion-dollar Fight Club. Here, all they do is talk. And most battles feature Elon Musk.
Elon Musk is doing a lot of things. He's going against a lot of money, a lot of interest in the government and in foreign countries as well. So in the process, he's making a lot of enemies doing what he thinks is right. We will see what happens next. Hopefully, he will be able to stay safe and do the right thing for the American people. That's what matters the most, in my opinion. Let me know what you think about this story. Do you think Elon Musk is gonna win in the end, or is Bill Gates gonna win in the end? I don't think so. I think Elon Musk has all the tools in his pocket and a lot of money and a lot of influence right now to come out on top and be the first trillionaire. We will see what happens next. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video with me today. Click right there to watch the next video, and I will see you there. Bye bye.